Hello, and welcome to a very important announcement. Oh, I guess it's not important. And it's probably important. I don't know. So, if you watch the Q&A special, which apparently is very unlikely, at the end of it, I kind of talk about Patreon, how I was going to be deal with it, and it's not even been a day, and look, here we are, considering a Patreon. Um, yeah. So, I talk about it in the podcast, but I thought not many people would see it in the podcast. So we'll talk about it now. So really, I started Patreon. I know it seems stupid, but the channel seems to be growing faster than normally would. I mean, seriously, I noticed I'm getting a subscriber every 3 days, so I was like, oh, maybe it's worth it. maybe, maybe. Um, but yeah, don't feel pressured to subscribe to the Patreon. It's really just there, really just so I can start making a little bit of money. Because right now I'm having trouble with just life in general. Plus, really just with job hunting. Because well, if you have acne like me, you really have a hard time looking for a job. But yeah, I need pretty much. I mean, I'm relying on the goodwill of my dad to buy medication, but I don't want to rely on him all the time. So I'm doing chores for other people and making some pocket money. But pretty much what I'm asking for right now from the Patreon is pretty much just a little bit of change to help me buy my medication so I can help clear up the acne so I can get to doing a job. After, this is gone, we're going to be probably focusing on. I'll probably invest the money we make off the Patreon into pretty much upgrading my recording software. Like, first up, I want to get a webcam so these seem more genuine. Probably an actual proper mic, not using my Kraken headset. Probably one with actual good noise suppression. I can't remember my mic terms. And then obviously upgrade the PC at some point. So yeah. So right now there's only like two tiers. I thought it would just be necessary. So there's a $2 tier and a $5 tier. So I think I tried to add as much worth to it as I could. So for the $2 tier, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast tier. So yep. So at this tier, you get the ability to be able to ask questions for the podcasts, get your username credited at the end of an Idiot Plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And Gimmicky Tech, and view work in progress decks for an Idiot Plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's sometimes decks that I'm like, yeah, I'll make a video on, and then I'll play it for a bit, and then it's like, oh, yeah, or it might be a deck that I'm still working on, so you can have it and look at what's coming down the pipeline. So yeah, that's just $2 a month, not too much. Yeah, again, I'm just asking for pocket change really. And then the next tier is just here for writing, which is a $5 tier. So the previous benefits of the below tier, which is you get all this, but then you also get the ability to suggest decks for an idiot plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm always up for a bit of a challenge. Is like, and I haven't really been recommended a deck that really pushes me out of my comfort zone. Because you may know, I kind of just fell into like doing well really safe decks. Like I want to be doing more stuff like that one time I did Jinzo Layer. I want to do something interesting. Anyway, and apart from that, exclusive reviews from me when I feel like writing. That does sound like I'm going to be lazy, but I do like writing my reviews. It's mainly probably going to be on manga and anime. I don't really watch TV shows, but it might be that. So yeah, and then read my complete scripts before video release because usually when I complete the script, and then the video coming out, there's usually a good 1 to 2 weeks between that. So you can read my scripts and just go see, expect what's coming, and then hear my opinions and all that. That does count for the gimmicky text. It will also count to video essays, which I'm planning to do more often in the future because I got my first big one coming up. Probably not at the end of this month. Probably start next month at this rate, and then yeah, I'm most probably going to lay it down the line once I feel like I have built up the confidence adding short stories and character concepts to this tier. Because I have talked about the fact that I do want to be a manga writer, so I do have ideas for what I want to do for manga. So yes. I'm probably gonna eventually add a Discord tier to this. Me and Ethan were still discussing what would be like the benefits from Discord outside of just a role. We want to, yeah, pretty much do that. And then yeah, that's it. Just don't feel pressured to join me. I know I don't make the best content, but it's really just helped me with life in general right now. And then later down the line, it'll just help me with improving the production qualities of the channel. So yeah, don't feel pressured to join. I'll leave a link to the description to the Patreon down below. But yeah, if you do end up um, giving your money for Patreon, no, thank you. It really does help. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll have a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play out hopefully by tomorrow, if not Wednesday, and time for video later this week. And then you got the progression series that me and Ethan talked about on the podcast, probably closer to the end of this week. But anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.